Back by unpopular demand, I see it. Do you get the new rifle grenades and spade grips and whatnot? Cool. Can you change uppers on the lever action AR? No upper. And that fixed it? It's kind of like, kind of how we're gonna have to fix the El Camino, I think. It's like, we're just gonna have to bypass some things entirely. Oh, it has physics. The fact that it has physics upsets me because this is oh, and you okay. Uh, it's like, you know how before, you know, they trialed their technology in Rockstar Table Tennis, and then a lot of that like facial, you know, animating technology went into GTA. It's like, what is the poop jiggle physics prototyping? What mod is coming after this using the technology that they've unlocked? What is that, a hockey puck? Oh, in disc form. Yeah. So why won't it work? I was in an automotive class in high school, and one day the teacher was talking, and some kid found a bolt or something, and there was a vise on the table next to him, so he just put it in the vise and started cranking and cranking and cranking and cranking. And turns out if you do that, it will it will split the whole vise. It's like there is a threshold for stress that you can put on an immovable object. Let's see, we could look at the ooh. Yeah, and some of it was a bit vague to begin with, like, where's that round scope that we always use? But yeah. I can't believe the rainbow flag mods have fractured into various monochromatic factions. Kind of weird. Magic. They deleted the recycle bin. It's an odd choice, though. I guess we can. Yeah, if there's anything specific that you want to pull out and showcase, we can look at that. I kind of want to see if the lever action AR can swap uppers. Probably not, but that'll at least be a quick yes or no. Okay. We'll toss it for now. Yeah. Let's discard that for the moment. One of them, that's kind of interesting. Those do look a bit better than the other one we had. And I think they have non-belt fed options as well. You can use it as the basis for a magazine fed gun. Is it the micro M16 that has the 30 carbine option? Or maybe it's not an option, but I just assume it will fit. The Mars is a cool one. I think it's literally 30 carbine is 7.62 by 33. Mars is 5.56 by 33. So yeah, or yeah, I was wrong on both accounts. 7.62 by 30 is 30 carbine. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, there's the micro AR9 and this thing. Do either of them let you swap the upper? Oh, these are all modular. So you gotta pick. I want an OA93 upper. So we're all well. Like I want the halves. I want the top from this for the bottom of that. I have more options than ever, and yet I'm more limited than ever because they don't break apart in the way that I need them to. There's probably, I guess that's why I see those like every modular, they're all bundled together. I guess you have to get one of those huge packs that put everything into the same list. Very upsetting. What's that RRAEOP upper on page 10, I think it was. That looks kind of cool. Might come back to that idea. Let me look at a different idea then. What if we take... Okay, let's try and revisit the side-by-side AK. We'll need the... I guess we'll need the like the buildable AK. And we'll need the semi-auto underbarrel shotgun. We'll do 7.62. Yeah, probably an AKM. Or well, there's that North Korean one, I guess. We have that North Korean one. Yeah. We might try that. We'll load a standard magazine, but we'll just have the overfolder for the Whimsy. That might be okay. Let's yeah, we'll probably just use a standard magazine in it for now. Oh, I forgot it's 545. Yeah, we'll do that for now. And then we'll need the underbarrel semi-auto shotgun. There we go, the mass. M26 in the middle. We'll do the mass, the box fed. Interesting. Standard dust cover should be okay for now. Let's use the anywhere rail so that we can have the mass action along the left side of the AK. It's trying to become HK slappable. Yeah, try and bring it up alongside alongside the AK. So it's like a side-by-side configuration. I'll bring it back so that the triggers approximately line up with each other. Yeah. Yeah. I remember we did it before, but there was a lot of, building railways to link them. But now you can just move it anywhere. So I figured maybe that could help a little bit. I did kind of assumed the mass action was a little longer, though. This is probably still workable. Well, the barrel doesn't, but the action does. Um, yeah. Um, is there a handguard that basically matches what we've got on the AK? Can we get an AK handguard anywhere railed onto the mass? We'll have to find out for science. Probably one of the like AK-74M handguards. Probably be closest to what we have on it. We can kind of get it to line up alongside the other one. The height difference might make it impossible, but well, what if you try and line it up as best as you can fit it to the mass anyway. It won't line up with the AK part, but see if you can push it forward a bit and and we'll put a barrel extension on the mass. So you can probably bring it forward a bit. We could do a barrel extension so that the muzzle reaches past it. Yeah, that kind of. Yeah, that kind of works. Um, do some kind of little barrel extension to get rid of that muzzle device. Yeah, whatever, like the shortest 12 gauge barrel we have might do the trick. Do just a muzzle nut then, probably. Like a chastity cage sort of deal. I, I will not elaborate. There are only questions that come from the prospect of muzzling someone's mom's nuts. No, it was the verb, not the noun. Okay. That would make a great t-shirt or bumper sticker. That was the verb, not the noun. Hmm. Can you inch the handguard forward a little bit so that it's not on not clipping with the mag well? It will probably end up with a little bit of a gap, but yeah, let's move it up so that it's, yeah, let the sight post fill that gap. No! Cool. Okay. If you can make it look like they should look like integrated as best as they can. It's a little trickier when we're having to use two unlike actions, but ideally it shouldn't look like an add-on. It's kind of weird. Maybe it just lines up different because of this being a different AK model. Maybe it lines up with other AKs, but not this one. Ooh. We just put some kind of little brackety piece on the side so that it's not like Picatinny to the top. Yeah, I think that's good enough for making it look like it's bolted on in some fashion. Go. Theoretically, yeah. And can we inch it a hair to the right? I guess you'd have to move everything to the well. I guess it's all technically attached to the M26. Yeah, see if you can squish it in just a tad. Oh no. Hmm. Some kind of trying to decide if we need some kind of optic and if the optic should be on top of just the shotgun part to kind of make up for that height gap, or if it should be kind of centered between the two guns while still allowing for iron sights. Yeah, but we've got that stuff on the tops that I'm just trying to come up with what kind of covering. Maybe slightly canted. Yeah, with the stock closed. Yeah, let's do it like that. With the stock closed, your optic will be on the M26 part, and we'll just say that it's zeroed like a gun that has offset sights. You know, it's zeroed for the rifle even though it's sitting on the left of it. Hmm. Um, it's a good question. kind of feel something Russian maybe, but then there's also like the old style. Ah, that is pretty useful. I do kind of like that, and it is offset in the way that the PSO is offset. Let's do that. It's a tiny sight picture, but yeah. And then you could theoretically, look past it on the right and you still have your rifle irons. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Is there a skinnier one then? Or probably not with a cup, but maybe the F2000 scope. It doesn't have a cup, but it is skinny. They're hitting a knob. Yeah, we'll just yeah. Yeah, we'll just pretend that we scooted it 2 centimeters less than we actually did. Optic and got magazine. Can we do? Well, I guess we should have done it before. Because you can't just repaint the handguard without taking it off and putting everything back on. Repaint the shotgun handguard. Yeah, so we'll roll with it. Could do a different mag. Did it really? Oh, can we paint it to match the rifle handguard, kind of? Or like whatever the closest equivalent is. It probably won't be an exact match, but yeah, that seems decent enough. Yeah, it'll be alright. Is there a dark synthetic 545 magazine? Or a metal one, if there's a metal 545. Yeah, let's do metal. Will a 7.62 AK mag fit into the M26? Just for future reference. Yeah. It takes Saiga mags, doesn't it? Yeah, let's look at Saiga mags. Something that is similar to the length that we already have, but I'm squinting trying to see. We are kind of in the dark over here. That is straight. Is there one that's got a little bit of curve even though it's on the short? Maybe we'll just stick with what we started with then. How much longer is it? A little bit. Yeah, it is. What about a Dragunov magazine? Will that fit? Kinda. Width, maybe not, but maybe length is a little closer. Or an SVDK, I think. Was that the 9mm something? Goes a little high. Yeah. Alright, we'll just use the mag we had. Because your neck muscles have atrophied, you've not been able to wear it. I guess that kind of has all the parts. It's got a scope, it's got a stock, it's got the side gun. We could do, is there one that just vents up? I know there's like the cuts. Yeah, I know there's the cuts that I like to use, but Let's do that. Weird. Yeah, that one just covers it up. The or 007. Oh no. can't use the sights when it's folded, can you? It doesn't have a gap like a spaz or anything. Oh yeah, kinda sorta. Yeah. Yeah. We could do. We have an M4 survival rifle, don't we? Should be like a bolt action 22, not an AR pattern thing. Let me check the wiki. Let's take that. Let's take what underbarrel shotguns? We have one pump action. We have that tube fed semi-auto. Is there anything else? There's a big brick one. Let's look at the tube fed and the 870 maybe. We're gonna collapse the stock on the 22 and put it underneath the shotgun. So yeah, I guess it will have to be the semi-auto one. It only now occurred to me. Yeah, the 22 will be the underbarrel weapon for the shotgun. That was my just now realization as well. Dang, you're right. Hmm. Maybe the brick shotgun is the way to go. Oh. Yeah, which does. Did forget about the loading gate. I guess even the brick will need clearance for the magazine. The rifle. What is it? The underbarrel. Um, yeah. But it has a long barrel that we can hang off from. uh, mm, yeah. The configuration is, I'm just trying to figure out what else we can do with the rifle part. Yeah. Let's repaint uh, the ACR so that it's black. Or like, the bottom half, the top and the bottom half match, and it kind of blends in with the dark bolt action. Oh no! Yeah. What piece are you looking for? Handguard? Yeah. Hmm. I guess we could do without a lower handguard, like on grenade launching M16s. Um, just need some kind of doohickey under the gas block to make it look attached. Maybe maybe a front sight could be repurposed, maybe inverted, so that it looks like it's extending and holding onto the barrel or something. Uh, that kind of works. Yeah, I think it is a little chunkier than I expected, but yeah, I think that could work. Um, Maybe just like an M16 triangle stock, just a black one. And now need sights of some form. do irons. Um, I guess look at our front post on the survival rifle. Have we got anything? I guess it's M16 adjacent. Yeah. We could do an M16 front sight and rear, I guess, to go with it. Oh, yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's get a carry handle. Oh, that's from... I was thinking... What was I thinking? PKP, maybe? Yeah, PKP has something similar up front. But... that SS2. Okay, yeah, I've seen those before as well. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Um... Yeah, just like a 20 rounder probably. Um, just a metal one. Yeah, let's do a waffle. Close enough. Yeah, I guess that'll be good enough for that one. It's not exactly what I was kind of planning on survival gun angle with shotgun and bolt action 22, but this is something as well. This can be... Oh, I don't have a fun name for it. Yeah, it's just kind of a thing. An attempt to adapt on the fly. Now we need the air gun. There's a pellet rifle in here somewhere. Yes. Oh, handy. If I were to guess, let me see the action. It probably breaks open, maybe. It says grab the barrel and pull down to open the action. Oh, okay. Does not split where I thought it would, but will a 22 bullet go in there since you have the chamber anything? Bonk. It still has the tiny, like, no recoil and tiny poof. Did they make a? They made a Dragon's Breath 22. Does it like just eject when you break it open, or because it thinks it's a pellet still? Yeah, kind of funny. 22 frag. 22 frag is just one of those snapping pops that you throw on the ground. We'll just do a regular, which would just be one pellet, I guess. One tiny pellet. uh, we'll just do. We could just do a interesting. It's your hypervelocity flechette. Maybe it's like tear gas or something. Stinky. I guess like a duplex sort of deal. Oh, I guess it is tricky trying to pick 22 off of a table with physics. See it. Worm shot. Let's do just a regular 22. Let's repaint the gun like the Woodstock. Probably like a Woodland M81 or like a Vietnam like green tiger stripe or something militant. Yeah, big splotches. Maybe darken it if possible. Let's do all paint instead of the wood showing through. Maybe not tiger stripe. What other woodlands do we have? It is getting very stormy outside, so if I randomly disappear, that is why. The power has gone out or something. That's pretty good. I can't see them at this resolution, but if you can see them, then we can try a different one. Oh, I see. And if you can knock the shine down a bit. Maybe a little less shine. Yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. And now we need maybe just a regular AR quad rail, unless there's something like even skinnier, because we do have kind of a pencil thin barrel. Although I guess you do have the scaler. You can, well, then the rails will be off scale. Yeah. Um, Possibly. Is is there one? Is there a barrel clamp that just has one rail? Aha! But from the side, you know. Hmm. Can you see? Okay, okay. Um, can we stack 2 or 3 of them so that it creates a longer, continuous looking unit? May need to be, 3 or 4 actually to get sufficient length. Enough for a grenade launcher. Or shotgun. Oh, it's only got. Oh, yeah. I thought it had one on the top and bottom. I forgot it was just one. Perfect. Yeah. Maybe a shotgun again, actually. Where's that semi-auto? That one's pretty short. The tube fed. Yeah, it's gonna have enough room to swing down. Okay. We need a scope. Maybe a Russian side mount on an anywhere rail. Yeah, not so much to preserve iron sight, just as a way of adding to this weird junk pile. It would add some detail to the side of the gun. Is that an RPG sight? Should you go back one page? Do it. We're doing the RPG scope. That would be super helpful. That could be helpful in the future. Fantastic. uh, since you'll have, a parabolic trajectory, now you can account for all that drop. Supposedly they are really good optics, and once you understand how to read them in relation to, your AK or whatever you put it onto, you can do a lot with it. Supposedly. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's do. Oh, what if we do a GP launcher actually? Because that's got its own little pistol grip. To replace the shotgun. Suppressed grenade launcher. Yeah, it launches them with blanks. Yeah, can we get that on there in a interesting way? Yeah, maybe we can repaint it to it'll be fine. It is an option, theoretically. Does it have room to swing down, though? Whoops. I guess this kind of has its own brackets, so it's a little less important if it has the rail pieces. We could, pull those off if you can. We could do could shrink down the perforated AR handguard and use that as like a sleeve for the barrel, and then have the launcher coming out of that. I wish I had Pringles. I went to the store earlier and I didn't grab Pringles. Pringles. Is it broken? Rip. Yeah, let's take a perforated AR handguard and shrink it down and sleeve the barrel. M for mini, not W for Wumbo. Never tired of people making the examine your zipper joke. Yeah, a little more. Give it a little bit of something. Oh, what? Yeah, let's try that. Or well, is it wide enough to conceal that little piece of rail clipped to the barrel? Yeah. Yeah, I think that could be okay. Okay. Um, Take the short, what is it, Lee Enfield bayonet? Little spike. And tilt it 90 degrees um, so that it's hanging off the right. Can you rotate it? Okay. Mm. Is there a bayonet that hangs off the side? Or do we have an SA-80 bayonet? Because that is a muzzle device. Oh yeah, try shrinking it. Oh no! Yeah, it can proportionally downscale. Let me check the dryer real quick. I return. I also have to pee. Is bayonet miniaturization a success? Cool. We have like a machine gun carry handle, don't we? Let's get one of those. I feel like we saw one at some point. I just can't remember if it was a mod or if it was in the base game or... Unless it would be in like... Is there like M249 parts somewhere? Trying to consult Google. To the Thunder Store. Carry handle attachment does seem to be a distinct mod by itself and would be in attachment foregrip if you had that one. So maybe that's where I saw it, and you just don't have it downloaded because I didn't think to send the link. So we can do without that one. I have dice that like interesting. H3VR randomizer, where you have to dice roll to determine your parts. Can that anywhere rail attach to things? You could hit it with your camo tool. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that'll do for our pellet gun. That might not be terrible for like screenshot backgrounds. You needed just like a plainish surface. It's good for scale. True. It's a real zinger. Be right back. What's that red thing? Another spawner? Ah. You want to do another one, or are you EP? For me, it is almost 10. So for you, it is probably 11. We could do Russian M14. There's a modular M1A, isn't there, that you've got? M14 sort of deal. I can't believe you have done this. What flavors do we have? Any kind of M14? I do like that one, but the bipod is in the way. So we'll have to do a regular M14. It's also pretty cool, but I'll just do a regular M14. do like the resistance one though. We'll do something with that in the future. Yeah, we'll take a normal one. See if either Dragonov or AK magazine will fit into it acceptably. That's a good idea. Kinda, sorta, yeah. Kind of clips through the release. That is good to know. And what about AK mag? Let's do AK mag. Let's take that that anywhere Russian side mount and strap that to the side. Is that our... What's that control on the left? That's not the fire select, is it? It's got a little cutout. So what's that thing on the left side of the action that has that little cutout? Neither do I. Does it do anything if you touch it? We'll ignore it then. We got side mount. Maybe a PSO or a POSP. Look, what are some Russian scope side mount options? I would use the RPG scope again if I had not just used the RPG scope. Let's do that. The tall slab side little reflex thing. That could also be good. Let's try the slab-sided one. What? Okay. It is very tall. Yeah, move the mount down. It is kinda... It's kinda hard for me to see it. Yeah, that's what I was like. It's a color, but it's very dark still. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, that is an odd one. I've seen chevrons that come up from the bottom, but interesting. Yeah, we'll use that. It probably points in the direction of the recoil. Take probably a well. I was gonna say maybe a Dragonov muzzle, but a Dragonov muzzle isn't crazy different from what's already on there. But what's another Russian muzzle? Maybe we could do uh maybe what is it, a PBS suppressor? Yeah, very quietly. Which one is the funny shape? No, they come too far back. Yeah, a short extender. Go to your home. That would be handy. Yeah. Um, guess that about covers it. We could, well, could see how a just regular wooden AK pistol grip looks as a foregrip, but we might just go without one. Hmm, maybe we'll go without. I guess we'll roll with it like this. It's pretty straightforward, but it is what it is. Uh, what are they? Are they Matryoshka? Matryoshka. Matryoshka, like the doll with the smaller doll inside of it. Yeah, that's probably more correct pronunciation. Yeah, it's the Matryoshka 14. I do like that scope. I have to remember that one, especially since we have the anywhere side mount. Nice. Alright, we'll return to the Discord. Yes. Start whittling down the start whittling down the concept list.